Horvat in the week. Are we in week 8 already? Can you even believe it is week 8?
I actually can't. Is it week 8?
I think so.
I'm going to have to check on that.
Yeah, I can't remember. Is it week 7 or week 8?
Pretty sure it's week 7, dude. It is. No, you're right. It's week 8. Wow.
Yeah, but I can't. I've been making that mistake too. That's week 8.
Ooh. I'm glad we're doing the picks because I'm about to make a bet for $1,000, $1K.
Hey, how about our Eagles?
Well, I like the Eagles, baby. We had a really good NFL week. I had Penn State, regrettably, but I liked the first half under a lot more. And I had USC, but other than that, had a good Saturday. But man, the Sunday, I think that's the best that we've done in the picks. We had a really good Sunday. I'm trying to think, like, what losers I had on Sunday. Because NFL's been tricky this year, you know? It's been weird. It's been a weird year. It's been a weird year.
It's been a weird, wacky year, yeah.
No, it really has, though. You know what I mean? Like, the college game has been awesome because, like, every big game has lived up to the hype. Although I was kind of bored with Ohio State, Penn State. I think Penn State sucks.
Yeah, I thought they were the second. I thought it was Michigan, Penn State, Ohio State. I don't know.
Were you on the air for that game? Were you on the air for that game?
Yeah.
Probably for the best. Like, if I had to miss a game that day, it would have been that one.
Well, no, but I watched the game and talk about it.
Yeah, I know. I hate watching. I shouldn't say this because, like, I'm on the air every night, but there's nothing worse than trying to watch a game and, like, broadcast at the same time.
I know, it's very hard. It's very hard.
Like, baseball and basketball are easy, you know, but, like, football, you know, like, a guy goes down, you kind of want to know about the injury. Or
I was on air when Damian Harris, was it him that went down? The Bills were playing, and it was like, oh my God, another guy is dying on the field. And I was like, oh shit. Oh, that was Sunday night. Yeah, I was on the air Sunday night.
Yeah, man, that was scary. He wasn't moving. I know. It's always like when my wife's in the room too, and she's like, it's happening again. And, like, you know, she's not like one of them people, but I'm always like, well, like, yeah, it's a violent sport, unfortunately. And thank God everything's okay. But yeah, scary situation. But overall, a good weekend of football. I'm excited for this weekend of football. Can't believe it's already week 8. I really can't believe it's already week 8 though, but because I hate when people like say that, dude, but it's crazy. You know, like when I thought about how the season was flying by is because, like, high school football is already wrapping up. I know, like, back home, they're already in the playoffs. And I was like, holy shit. Yeah. And then college, man, we only got a couple weeks left. So I have to try to enjoy all of them because pretty soon it's going to be just the NBA. And I mean, the Bucks will be fun, but the rest of the league is, I don't know, man. I don't get into the NBA the same way that I used to. I'm not going to lie. I like college.
That's why the NBA Cup is happening.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't care.
Hey, before we get into the NFL picks, I cannot find fault with what Michigan did. Like, I know it's nefarious and whatever, but these coaches have the opportunity. Matt Rule is saying this with Nebraska. We can use headsets, but nobody wants to. Like, we shouldn't be doing signs with, you know, SpongeBob SquarePants on them, and change your signs up. I don't know. It's just like this was bound to happen at some point. I'm not going to fault Michigan for being the smartest team to do it.
The year that they were allegedly like doing it is like the worst year Harbaugh had too. Yeah, I mean, like, I thought Matt Rule kind of like said everything that needed to be said, right? Like, I mean, the technology is there. You see it every Sunday. You know, you even see it at the high school level. You don't see it at the college level. And so you're going to put that right out there, right? Like, be smart about it. Change up your signs. Get creative with it. I think what it is right now, for whatever reason, is there's a witch hunt going on at Michigan. They want to nail Harbaugh. I mean, I thought it was crazy enough that he got suspended for the first 4 games of the season. I get it was against the rules and whatnot, man. But the NCAA, like, it's run by a bunch of assholes. I love college football, but I hate the NCAA. And now, just like when you think things are going to get better because players can make money, you know, players can sign endorsements, the NIL money. Like, I love the transfer portal. Anybody that's like, oh, you got to stick with the team, earn your role. Shut the fuck up, dude. Because, like, let's be honest, man. Like, if Jalen Hurts sticks around at Alabama, he's not Jalen Hurts. You know, maybe Tua's not Tua. Maybe Bo Nix isn't completing 80% of his passes, and maybe Michael Penix isn't looked at as a pro prospect because he's dead, because he's, sacked 9 times at Indiana. Nobody even remembers Michael Penix in Indiana. The transfer portal is a good thing. The NCAA, the Tez Walker situation. This kid didn't play the first couple weeks of the season. He's one of the better wide receivers in college football. Like it's all a bunch of nonsense is what it is. And the Harbaugh stuff is crazy. Like, bought a couple recruits a cheeseburger. Who cares? I mean, look at these cars they're driving at Alabama, at Georgia. Who cares if he took, some recruits to Five Guys and bought him a cheeseburger? And now with this, like, here's the worst part about it, man. Harbaugh, I think Michigan wins it all this year. Even if they don't, I think Harbaugh is going back to the NFL. Flirted with it last year, came back because, that's a defense that's given up 5 points per game. He calls J.J. McCarthy the best quarterback in Michigan history. He thinks he has a legit shot to win a national title and then go back to the pros and maybe win a Super Bowl, right? Like, how many coaches have done that? All the great coaches that we talk about, greatest coaches of all time, Nick Saban, we consider him a failure at the pro level, although I think he kind of got screwed, right? If they signed Drew Brees in free agency rather than the Saints, rather than Dante Culpepper, he probably sticks around a couple of years. And I actually thought Saban was all right, but Harbaugh has a chance to do something that not a lot of coaches have done. So I think he's gone anyway. So here's the worst part about it, man. What are you going to do? Pin more shit on Michigan, and then some new head coach is going to have to deal with this? And
yeah, that part always sucks.
You know what I mean? Like, why do some kids, so you're telling me maybe in 2 years, there's a kid out there that's 17 years old right now that's going to be quarterbacking the Wolverines, and he can't quarterback that team if they make it, like if they're undefeated in a bowl game because some shit Harbaugh did like 2 years prior. It's like taking away Reggie Bush's Heisman. We all know he was the fucking best player in college football that year, right? Like, it's like taking away USC's national championships. Unfortunately, I was there. They won them. They cheated and they pushed Reggie Bush in the end zone one year, but so I just think it's a bunch of shit.
The tush push.
The Bush push.
This is a fun week. We actually are going to do the Thursday pick before the Thursday game.
Yeah, first time all year, right?
I think so. So with it being week 8, Harvey, let's dive in.
Let's do it. Da-da-da-da. Week 8 is great. Man, you're going to be so shocked at who I have a big bet on. My biggest bet of the week is going to be on a team. You're going to be shocked by. All right, let's pull up the games, and we're going to start with Thursday, which I actually have considered betting this game. I kind of like the Bills, man. It's a big number, 8.5-point favorites at home. The Bills are all beat up defensively. They lose.
They got Tampa, right? This is Tampa and Buffalo.
Yeah. Sorry, it's the Buccaneers on the road, 8.5-point dogs.
Ooh, which I will be watching. However, Bucks Sixers. You got a line on that?
Bucks Sixers. Yeah, let me get one for you. Thursday night, right?
Yeah,
obviously. Yeah,
Thursday night.
Hold on.
Oops.
Let me check that because I'm actually curious because I think the Sixers are going to be shit. Bucks 5.5 points.
Harden was reporting, and then the Sixers said, "Get the fuck out of here."
It's bullshit. His mom's sick. He's at home taking care of her. Hey, hot take, and I know like everybody will hate me for this. I know like the Giannis Harden beef. He's kind of grown on me. He's fucking hilarious. He just goes to China and starts talking shit about his boss and like calling him a scumbag, and he'll never like. He's harmless, man, and he's not good.
It happened at like 1 a.m. our time over there. So Maury has to wake up to this shit.
Hey, he's not like good anymore. So he's not like a real threat. Now I just kind of find him hilarious, to be honest with you. I have no issue with
him. He'd be a good 4th option in Milwaukee. He could start at
the 2. Take him. I want him to go to the Clippers because I think he's a good point guard at this stage of his career. Like he has no business taking more than like 10 field goals a game. Bucks are 5.5-point favorites. Totals 225. I'm gonna bet the Bucks right now.
Yeah. How much?
I don't think Phillies. I think there's a chance Embiid gets moved, dude.
I've been barking for that for a year on CBS.
If the Bulls had any fucking brains, like they would trade for Joel Embiid, but it's just an organization.
They don't strike me as an organization that really gives a fuck.
No, they just want to fucking sell tickets, and they're going to do that. Just like the Cubs, it's like in Chicago. Like people just go to the games just because it's like something to do. You know what I mean? All right, Thursday night, Bills are 8.5-point home favorites over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I know the Bills don't look very good, and Ken Dorsey like has to, kind of like surrender play calling 90% of the time it appears, or whatever's going on there. But I think Tampa's a very fraudulent team, and on the road, I don't know what the weather's going to be like, but I just feel like this is a game where Baker gets the shit kicked out of him. They can't run the ball, and especially against Buffalo. So if you're just dropping Baker back, Buffalo's still getting pressured at a ridiculous rate. I worry a little bit about their secondary, but Baker hasn't looked good the last couple weeks. I think they're coming back down to earth. Give me the Bills, actually, 8.5-point favorites. I'll lay a big number. We've had a couple dogs covered in a row on Thursday Night Football.
Well, it's been like the first, like the team that's supposed to win takes a big lead, and then the other team's been coming back. Every week's like the same game. I don't want to take the Bills here because I think the number's too big, but with Tampa losing to the Falcons, they are dead to me because the Falcons are shit and they're going to get in the playoffs because they don't play another team over 500 the rest of the year.
I told you this. Over 8.5 wins was the easiest money. And everybody's like, oh, Desmond Ridder sucks. I'm like, yeah, they play nobody, though. It's like fucking Georgia's schedule.
I will take the Bills on Thursday Night Football.
All right. Yeah.
That theme's gone.
Dude, I fucking am on the air. I don't even get to listen. I don't know.
Oh.
It sucks. I bet this one. Let's start with this game, actually. Sunday, noon kickoff your time, 1 p.m. my time. I got to say that in my head because I'm dumb. Cowboys. The Cowboys are 6.5-point favorites over the Rams. Total's 45.5. I bet Dallas under a touchdown. Just kind of like I said about Tampa, man. Stafford looked really good the first couple weeks of the season, but Stafford's one of the worst quarterbacks in the league when he's under pressure, one of the best when he's throwing from a clean pocket. And Dallas has the best pass rush in the league. So I think that defense is just going to tee off. I know, Puka and Tutu and Kupp are all really good, but so is that Dallas defense. So I think the offense is starting to figure some things out too. Another big game for CeeDee Lamb, hopefully. In fact, CeeDee Lamb over 5.5 receptions. There's another bet. We've been doing pretty good when I give those props out early. So anybody's listening, I do like CeeDee Lamb to have a big game. Everybody was shitting on his name, saying he's not a true number one. Remember that conversation in Green Bay? 414-799-1250. Is MVS a true number two?
True number two was it didn't matter what season we were in.
Was the Big Show satire? Do you know what I mean? Post this clip and send it to Gary. Was the Big Show, were those real topics? It would always be is MVS a true number two? Is EQ St. Brown a true four? Who fucking cares? Rodgers targeted Devontae 25 times a game. Let's talk about what really matters. Why do we continue to field the defense for the last 2 decades that can't fucking tackle? Why is every inside linebacker Brad Jones, dude?
They would always take one guy so specific. I was always so enthralled with how they took a real specific guy and tried to make a massive topic out of it. Do you think Desmond Bishop will be the main force and the undetermined leader of the defense? And if so, can they win without him? Desmond Bishop calls. And it's driving around. Who the fuck is going to pick up their phone? They're looking at the screen. They're no one's calling. I'm not picking up the phone for Desmond Bishop calls.
It's hey, have you ever heard, remember the Eminem album? He's you want to know why Dre's albums are selling? He's rapping about big screen TVs, blunts, 40s, and bitches. I can't say the rest of the line, but you know what I mean? You got to hit him with the, should the, you can't get too ridiculous. It couldn't have been in should the Packers trade Aaron Rodgers, which we were doing in 2007. No. But yeah, it would be should Tyler Ervin be more involved in the offense? No.
Should Tyler Ervin get more snaps in the offense? What say you?
The Schneider hotline. All right, so I like Dallas. Do you like Dallas?
Well, my Rams theory was they're always going to be within a game of 500, but I don't like the Rams here. So that theory is officially dead, and I do like my Cowboys.
Ram it. All right. We'll save the Packers game for last. So let's go to this one. Ooh, I got a dog for you. The Fighting Tobies, I bet them at +7. They're down to 6.5. I still like them. I think they beat the Eagles outright. Eagles 6-1 coming off a big win in primetime. Now they make the trip here to DC. It's a dump here. It's probably going to be windy as shit because it always is, and rainy and cold. I don't know that for a fact, actually. It's Wednesday when we're taping. And I don't care about the weather because I live in an apartment. 6.5-point dogs are the Commandos. Give me the Commandos to go commando in DC and put their cocks on that field. Leave it all out there and at least cover against the Eagles. They always play the Eagles.
I can take you on a cover. I'm not going to take you on a win.
Sorry, for Riverboat Ron.
It was a 3-point. They lost by 3 in Philly.
Yeah. No, they lost by. Yeah.
Well, I just looked it up. But I'll take the Commanders to cover.
The Commanders.
But they're not going to win.
Well, they might.
That'd be nice if they won, because a lot of people are going to take the Eagles in Survivor, which I did last week. And this week, I'm going to wait for one of the primetime games, but you might have to push me in a certain direction.
I want it for Toby. He's a good shit. All right, let's move on. I always see Toby. I was on with Toby. I always go on his show. He's always like fucking Saturday at like 4:30. And I'm like, man, because I love you, yes. But like I'm going to be drunk, most likely, yelling at Tulsa on my TV. All right. You're Atlanta. Falcons. What is the right way to say this one again?
Falcons.
I hate that.
Me too.
Falcons.
Yeah,
let's unite on that still. I don't give a fuck, right? Wow. 3-point favorites on the road against the Titans. Oh yeah, that's because it's probably Will Levis starting, it looks like. Yeah, man.
It might be Malik Willis.
Yeah, regardless, give me the Dirty Birds. No, this is Titans theory. This is Titans theory. They're going to win this game, dude. Like,
although I don't know where Titans theory is without Ryan Tannehill.
I know Will Levis like eats mayonnaise on his like shit and stuff, and he's a goofball. I don't like him. He's like a glorified fullback, I think, to be honest with you. He makes Jordan Love look good. Sorry, had to get one in. Give me the fighting Levises or Maliks. Give me the Titans. Give me the Vrabels, actually, to cover 3. Full field goal at home. Yeah, this is Titans theory.
There's a tweet from Rappaport who says,
Michael?
The Titans are going to... Yeah. The Titans are likely to have Will Levis. He just posted this, so this is good. Will Levis is going to start, but both will play.
Why do we do that in the NFL?
I don't know.
So Malik's going to come in, and the defense is going to be like, "Oh, they're running the fucking ball." And
yeah,
I don't think between the two of them, I don't know that they equal one quarterback, but I still like them to cover 3 against Atlanta. And
I like how 2 straight years, the Titans are like, "Fuck, let's just take the quarterback that's dropping."
Yeah. To be honest, these dildos might be an upgrade over Ryan Tannehill.
Yeah, I'll take the Titans theory.
Yeah, I think it's never been more true. What are you going to do in this one? Because Miami's like the next team we play, they're going to feel it. I think they're going to lose outright to New England, to be honest with you. Like Miami is a Pac-12 team, right? They're fun. They score 70 points. Tyreek's fun. I like Tua, but their defense is still soft, man. And even when Jalen Ramsey comes back, like we've seen what the elite receivers do to Jalen Ramsey. We remember Devontae just fucking punking him. I like New England again to cover. I think New England kind of found something. You know, Mac Jones was trying to do that gritty shit that my kid's always doing. My kid's always doing that. I'm like, what is this? Like, and that's when you know you're old as shit, right? But Mac Jones was trying to hit it with Gesicki, and Gesicki was like, nah, get away from me. But I'm back in on Mac Jones, man. I saw him yesterday doing some stuff for kids. He was like dressed up in character. You know what? I'm all in on the Mac Jones hype train. Give me the Fighting Joneses on the money line.
Who was he dressed as? Kristoff from Frozen?
Can't remember who he was. I want to say he was I don't remember. I shouldn't have even said it. I hate when people like do that. Like,
I gotta disagree. I'm gonna take the Dolphins. I'm gonna take the Dolphins to win.
You're such a baby. Sorry.
I'll take them to bounce back and cover, I think.
Okay. I think you're going to be wrong on that one. What about the Panthers +3 against the Houston Texans, who are 3-point favorites? Total in the game 43. The Panthers 0-6. I feel like they're just begging you to bet Houston. Fuck, man. Carolina's bad.
So we're going to get the Bryce Young, CJ Stroud matchup. How about that?
I know they're begging. I'll be the chalky guy. I got to go Texans. I think the Texans are a decent football team. I think Carolina is one of the worst teams I've ever seen. So, I mean, like, if I got to lose money, I'm I'm not going to actually bet this game because I don't really understand it. Look ahead before the season, Texans +3, now -3. God, I'll take the Panthers +3.
Well, do you think Bryce Young has to prove that he's better than CJ Stroud in this game?
Maybe like in his mind, he thinks so. He's actually been a little bit better. I just think the team sucks. Like his number one wide receiver in the year 2023 is Adam Thielen.
Yeah, I don't know. I think he wins. I think the Panthers win.
I kind of do too, though. I think that makes like football sense this year. Let's go. We could unite on that one. Panthers +3. I'm with you. I'm gonna bet that actually. Everybody's
Sprinkle
betting
a little.
Yeah, why not? A little money line. I mean, I want a better number. What about this one? The Fighting
Is my internet being shitty? Are you got a good connection with me?
It's all right.
I keep seeing the fucking Wi-Fi signal, and I want to go. There's an AT&T building not far from me, and it doesn't have windows, and I understand why, because I would be smashing them all.
Yeah, well, good news. You could do that in about 20 minutes anyway, because your boy Steve Sparky Pfeiffer is texting me about Curtin Long anyway, and I was not on with him on Monday, so I got to get on there anyway. So that'll work out. You could go get your internet fixed. I was worried it was mine actually, dude, because I do the Saturday show from home now, and it was like I have the plug-in. Do you have the plug-in though?
No.
Yeah, that works wonders. I'm a little tired and high, or I'd probably be able to give you a better answer of what I actually use, but I'll text it over later for you. All right, the Jets are 2.5.
I just need a new router. I got the AT&T router, but then you buy the speed, which the router can't do, so you have to buy a new one. It's just all bullshit.
Yeah, I know. I'm with you. You know what else is bullshit? The fact that the New York Fighting Jets, I think, are going to lose, unfortunately, to the Giants. Because why is the spread only 2.5? We're not even at a full field goal. Giants looking a little bit better. Oh, God, this pains me to do it. I'm going to take the Giants. I found a 3. Give me the Giants +3. Giants are going to beat the Jets outright.
I kind of like the Jets.
Aaron Rodgers ain't walking through that door.
No.
Oh, he will be there. He'll be playing catch on the sideline with Eli.
How about that? Aaron Rodgers announced his presidential endorsement this week.
He's so good when he's just talking football and being normal, man. Like I don't know why he feels like the need to. This has to be a character.
He is so good. He is so enthralling to listen to about football.
That's why I don't listen to the nonsense. Yeah, because this is like half my friends in the year, like in today's world too. It's like, yeah, I still like them, but every once in a while they're talking about like Alex Jones type shit. Some of them, and I'm just like, okay,
yeah. I just
never mind. I just like learned that like it's life is too short to go around like hating people, and for me to like hate somebody or hate their views. So I just have decided to ignore them because not everybody's alike. Anyway, we move on. Jacksonville is a 2.5-point road favorite against the Pittsburgh Steelers. I think the Jags are for real, man, but schedule's been a little weird. God, another dog? Give me the Steelers. I think the Steelers beat the Jags outright. The Steelers have been outgained in every game. Their point differential is like -17. But yet here they sit 4-2. And that's because of coaching, which really makes you wonder about the Green Bay Packers, right? Because if Mike Tomlin could lead that team 4-2, what the fuck, man? We can't beat the Raiders.
Oh, we'd be 4-2 with Tomlin for sure.
But that's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying. Kenny Pickett's not good. I'm sorry, but he's not. So, but I'm gonna go with the Steelers at home dogs. I'm done betting against Mike Tomlin. I did it last week, even though I knew the 6-0 straight up last 6 off the bye stuff. I'm done fading the Steelers for a while.
Tell me if this makes sense. If this was a playoff game, I would take Jacksonville. But because it's a regular season game, I'm going to take Pittsburgh.
Yeah, no, I mean, because I think if I had to pick, I'd take the Jags to go further. Also, I would think in their division though too. Would you take? It's in Pittsburgh though. Like if this game were to be played in the playoffs, I would assume that the Jags would be hosting.
Even if it was in Pittsburgh, I would take Jacksonville in the playoffs.
Ah, God, I don't know that I would.
Yeah, well, I would.
It's weird because Pittsburgh on that, like I'm just like talking football really quick. Like when they get pressure, because TJ Watt's one of the best players on the planet. I'd say the best, but Myles Garrett exists. Micah Parsons is really good, but he's just not on those guys' level. Nick Bosa is on those guys' level. Like Rashawn Gary is fucking awesome, but there's just this next tier of pass rusher that he's not even on. And I know his like pass rush win rate and all like the nerd stats are really good, and he's getting, he's really, really fucking awesome himself. But TJ Watt, the Steelers, like when they get home on their pressure, are a top 5 defense, but when they don't, they're exposed on the back end, and their secondary is just not very good. They're moving some guys around, though. I want to see if it looks any better the next couple of weeks because I really like Joey Porter Jr. from Penn State, and it looks like he's going to now be cornerback number 1. You saw that a little bit last week, so I think they're only going to get better, but they're just a weird team, and they kind of bore me, but I think that they beat the Jags outright. All right, Saints, another team that bores me. I hate them. They're 1-point dogs. I bet them last week. Derek Carr's not good. I kept yelling at people all summer because where's Derek Carr go? Like, who gives a shit? He's not good. Colts are 1-point favorites at home. I'm going to take – this is a tough game, though, man, because it's Gardner Minshew.
Well, take all the Kamara reception props because all Carr does is check down now. Guy had 13 catches last week.
Hey, give me the Colts. I think the Colts are the better football team. They got a really good offensive line. I don't think Gardner Minshew's that much of a drop-off. The Colts, and I know like Michael Pittman's pissed off right now. I went back and watched that game against Cleveland. I think Cleveland's the best defense in the league. I mean, statistically, they are the best defense in the league. Everything was explosive play after explosive play. That offense is really fun year one. So, yeah, give me the Colts. I think the Colts are pretty good, actually. I think they moved to 4-4 on the season. I think the Saints fall to 3-5, and I think the Saints are in danger of missing the playoffs, even though they play the easiest schedule in the National Football League.
Well, when Derek Carr went to the Saints, I said they got a playoff home game, and I didn't realize that he was worse than I thought. Is Olave going to play? I mean, a little dust up.
Yeah, he's like, I play for the Saints, and the cop was like, yeah, I don't give a fuck. I don't know. I would assume he's probably out there, though. I mean, like,
plays. I'm going to take Indy.
Me too. And that might be a distraction, too. And they're just not good, the Saints. Let's go over to, we got some prime time, so let's actually move over to the day slate really quick. Cleveland, Seattle. Here's one that I bet. I bet this one it was 2.5. It's actually out to 3.5 here on Wednesday. The limits open up a little bit more, so you see a bunch of money come in, and that means a lot of people like Seattle. I like Seattle. Cleveland's defense is really good, but I'm really worried about the offense if I'm a Browns fan because, PJ Walker, I just don't think winning with him is sustainable. Deshaun, even when he's out there, doesn't look very good. Amari Cooper and David Njoku, I like the weapons. I feel like I say the same thing with the Browns every week, but I like Seattle at home. Tough place to play. I think Geno and the offense will get cooking a little bit in this game, and I think they'll score enough points. So give me the Seahawks, even though it's at 3.5 right now. I like the money line better at this point, but Seahawks at home.
The dead cap on Deshaun Watson is like the entirety of the salary cap. It's like $220 million.
He's fucking awful.
Yeah.
I think he's
Seattle.
Me too. Yeah. Like Cleveland could probably make the AFC Championship game with Kirk Cousins as their starting quarterback. In fact, they might be able to win a Super Bowl with Kirk Cousins as their starting quarterback, man. How about Kirk the other night again?
A lot of teams are instantly better with Kirk. The Saints are better with Kirk. The Niners are better with Kirk.
Shitting on Kirk is lazy, man. Kirk's a good quarterback. This is what I've said when people bring up like Rodgers with Kirk record, or Sparky wants to call Peyton Manning a choke artist. Like they're one of 11 dudes out there. They just play the most important position. And when you get to the playoffs, like you're playing against the best fucking defenses. Like, yeah, Rodgers didn't have the best success in the playoffs. He also played against, when we look back at this, I think those are some of the best defenses in NFL history. Legion of Boom, that Niners defense with Patrick Willis and those guys, that's what I'm saying. Like teams that win Super Bowls, there's a reason why we only have one Super Bowl with Favre and one with Rodgers, because we're trotting out Nick Perry and Brad Jones and fucking Ladarius Gunter and not paying the right guys like Micah Hyde, who I'm still watching make tackles for a loss at 33 years old. We pay these assholes. All right. All that to say Baltimore, 8.5-point favorites over Arizona. Oh, I bet Lamar to win MVP. The price sucks now, plus 700, but I think he's winning MVP. And I think the Ravens might win the Super Bowl. 8.5 is a lot of points. And Baltimore's been getting up for all these games. They're 5-2. I think they win, but I don't think they cover. Give me the Cardinals plus 8.5.
I will take Baltimore to go on the road and cover.
They're good.
They're fast. They're on a dome. Keaton Mitchell, my guy, my fantasy dynasty guy, he's a speedster. He's like their 9th running back.
Wasn't he a pitcher in like the 80s with a coke problem?
Huh? What?
Wasn't Keith Mitchell like a pitcher in the 80s with a coke problem?
Keith Mitchell was a designated hitter.
Yeah, there you go.
No, Keaton Mitchell.
There you go. Whatever. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, wait. I'm thinking of Kevin Mitchell.
Yeah. I don't know what the fuck is going on right now. I feel like I'm in a.
Kevin Mitchell was a left fielder.
Yeah. Okay. I can't keep up with all the cat. Like, there's a lot of Mitchells out there. You know, there's an Eli Mitchell.
Yeah.
He doesn't ever touch the ball though. All right. Cincinnati. Ooh, this might be the game of the week, man. Bengals 5.5-point dogs. I bet this one against the Niners. I took the Bengals. I think the Bengals are back a little bit. And I think Brock Purdy sucks big dick. I know everybody loves, oh, wow, a lot of sharp money coming in on San Francisco. That's all right. I'll be with the public on this one. Give me Joe Burrow against Brock Purdy.
Well, after that Cowboys game, I declared that I hashtag rock with Brock. And he's sucked in the last 2 weeks.
He's good when all of his pieces are out there, but Debo's banged up. They're having to use like Trent Williams. The biggest injury for the Niners, everybody will talk about like Debo being hurt and McCaffrey not playing at 100%. The biggest injury for the Niners is Trent Williams not being out there. If he plays, I like the Niners in this game. But when he doesn't go, they don't have another offensive lineman right now grading out above replacement level, according to Pro Football Focus. So when there's no like when he's not out there, Trent Williams, they have to use George Kittle more as a blocker, more in pass pro. And
if Jordan Love was on the Niners, would they have the same record?
I really don't know that answer right now, man. I mean, it doesn't.
Brock's last interception was a very Jordan Love-like interception where he was timing the route and then the guy wasn't there.
It's all about system. I don't know. I don't know. It's Jordan Love had AJ Dillon wide open underneath. The shit you guys always bitch at Rodgers for. Like, it was right there. They win that game, and I don't know why he was hunting the deep ball into double coverage. Like, that's insanity right there. That's the shit. I know everybody will hate me, and hot take Mike will be mad at me and whatnot. But that's the shit that I literally watched for 2 years and was like, why is I know that he doesn't have all the talent around him, but this is the Mountain West, and this dude's right here. Like, that's the stuff you guys literally got mad at Aaron for. He got to see Aaron do it for 2 years, and he still fucking does it. And this LaFleur offense that I kept hearing about that Rodgers was checking out of, I hope he was checking out of it. You know why? Because it's shit. It's absolute shit. That offense is shit. I don't care that they're using motion. Like, there's no threat of any of these dudes. And this is on Goot, too. Like, because Christian Watson and Romeo Dobbs, these guys that you guys all hype up, these are like number 3s on Super Bowl teams. And unless you have Patrick Mahomes, you're not winning with number 3s as number 1s. And you know what else Patrick Mahomes has? Travis Kelce, who just found the fountain of youth. You know why? Because he's banging Taylor Swift. I love that too, by the way. I love how the meatheads just get this off of my screen. Get this off of my screen. I love it. If you dickheads just grew half of a fucking brain cell, you would realize what's happening here. Travis Kelce was averaging 45 receiving yards before Taylor Swift was at every game and before they were dating. These receptions props, receiving yards props, touchdown props are cashing before the third quarter. You don't even have to watch the entire game and you have money in your account. All you do is you go over 6.5 receptions and over 74.5 receiving yards. When they show T Swift doing the handshake, you do it with her because you're rich. People are everybody's so angry. Get this off of my screen. Give me my football. Fucking relax, jamokes.
Yeah, I couldn't have said it better myself.
Thank you. But that's the hot take for you. Taylor Swift has saved my wallet and football. It must be exhausting always rooting for the anti-hero. Bengals cover. Who you
going with? Taylor Swift wears lipstick better than anyone I've ever seen put it on. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and I also think like Brittany Mahomes, I don't think she's that bad either.
All right, next.
I think she's just like a ride or die for her husband, and sometimes she gets lit up at the games and like yelling and shit. Like, you know, if I was fucking Patrick Mahomes, I'd probably be all hyped too. Now his brother, on the other hand, fuck that dude. All right. Next we head out to Denver, where the Denver Broncos, victorious over the Green Bay Packers, are 7-point dogs against Travis Kelce, Patrick Mahomes, Taylor Swift, Andy Reid, and the Fighting Chiefs. And it's this simple. I'm going to fade them this week. I did grab Denver when it was 7.5. I think Denver covers, but I'm going to bet Travis Kelce over 6.5 receptions. It's actually 7.5. I'm going to bet him over the receiving yards, and I'm going to lay the juice and bet him to score a touchdown. But I am going to take the Broncos to cover.
No, I'll take the Chiefs. Broncos. I can't believe we lost to the fucking Broncos, dude.
I can't. I bet it.
We lost to the Broncos.
I know. I bet them.
The week after we lost to the Raiders. No, not even the week. There was a bye.
I bet the Packers against the Raiders because I didn't think that was possible. But yeah, that was sad.
I'm taking the Chiefs.
The Chefs?
Yeah.
All right. Let's move out to Sunday Night Football because we'll do the Packers last. The Bears, 8.5-point dogs. The Chargers, 8.5-point favorites. I got to be honest. The fucking Chargers are not 8.5 points better than anybody. Like, I don't know that they're 8.5 points better than Arrowhead with that.
So this is going to be, I think, my survivor pick.
The Chargers? Dude, the Bears quarterback, Bagent, whatever the fuck his name is.
Bagent.
From Shepherd. Looked awesome. You know what that means? He's throwing 4 picks. Yeah, Chargers. But I can't.
I don't know though. I don't know. Why trust the Chargers?
I hate the Bears, but I kind of like find myself cheering for this dude. I watched that game. This kid is from Shepherd, D2. His dad is a former professional arm wrestler. And like they took like family photos, dude. You got to look at this. Like his old man's wearing like a cocaine bear shirt. I saw him
like doing it with Tom Pelissero or some shit.
Yeah, I think I love this kid. Bears plus 8.5 is for me.
Yeah, I'll take the Bears to cover. I don't know that the other one would be Monday night. I could take the Lions as my survivor at home, bouncing back after a loss against the Raiders.
Yeah, I'm going to be quick with this one. I like the Lions to beat the shit out of the Raiders.
Well, then I'll take the Lions. Yeah.
Yeah, Jared Goff's. I don't get why were people betting the Lions last week? Jared Goff on the road throwing the ball into the wind, a team that's getting pressure at a 50% rate. He's going to lose that game 100 out of 100 times. Jared Goff at home. I know that Max Crosby's awesome, but like smart offenses think, hey, one pass rusher that's getting home, other 10 guys shit, and they figure out ways to take him out of the equation. LaFleur sits there like, he's got cool tattoos. You know, like what the fuck, dude? Like get rid of the ball quickly. I can't believe I'm saying this. I hate LaFleur. Which leads us to our next game.
I hate LaFleur. Well, hate's a strong word, but he needs to get fired.
Yeah, I don't hate like LaFleur the person. I hate him coaching.
I'm so out on LaFleur as the coach. I'm so out. I'll never be back in. If I ever say I'm back in, I'm lying.
But all that to say, I got the Packers pajamas on today. I'm all in this week. I just put $1,000 on Green Bay. We're at home. I fucking hate losing. Like losing to the Broncos sucks, right? Losing to the Raiders sucks.
Yeah, Packers are gonna win. Maybe they can be my survivor.
I refuse. At Lambeau Field, the house of Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers, Leroy Butler, Bart Starr,
Reggie White,
Clay Matthews, Sam Shields,
Najee Davenport,
Sam Barrington.
Yeah, I'm with you. I take the Packers to roll.
Yeah, dude, I think we beat the Vikings. Vikings are feeling high. Couple wins. They just beat the Niners. Now they come to Lambeau. I think Rashawn Gary has 3 sacks, realistically. One of them a strip sack. I think Kirko throws 2 pucks to Jesus. Kirko throws 2 pucks. Kurt and
we
Long
just hyped up Kirk, and now we think he's going to throw 2 picks against this defense.
Yeah, we fucking own Kirk at home. I was there last year for that game. That was the terrible Packer team. We beat the shit out of them, dude. I just like LaFleur can't go into this week.
They started Sean Mannion, though.
Here's my thing. I'm not here to like just rip Jordan Love because I really don't know that anybody could succeed with what's going on right now. Jordan Love's been shit though. He's been so tough to watch. But LaFleur has been worse. You know, the defense just kind of is what it is. It's so like every week we can't just blame the defense and blame Joe Barry. They're going to miss tackles. They're not a good tackling team. They're a defense that's built to play with leads. They're not built to trail in games. And this team just has no identity. I mean, it's tough to watch right now. It is though, because I feel like I'm watching, you know, that final year of McCarthy where they're dropping Jordan Love back, 3 receivers, 4 receivers, 2 tight end sets, but it's just really predictable. I know what they're doing. When they're running the ball, I know that they're running the ball. When they're throwing the ball, I know that they're throwing the ball. The route trees are terrible. Christian Watson can only run 1 route. It's a tough watch right now. But I do think they beat the Vikings. And if they don't, I'm going to be sad and broke.
Yeah, this Packers team is pretty awful.
But it's early.
I guess.
Could turn things around with a win over the Vikings. That's how easy this is, though. I mean, they're not like winning the Super Bowl this year, but we got to figure out if Jordan Love can play. And right now, I mean, they look bad. Like the games I told you that I had circled as wins have become losses. And now, like, what wins are you counting? And if it gets bad, do we tank for Penix? Just kidding. I want Drake May or Caleb Williams. I don't think they'll be bad enough, though. Unless they don't win
Jordan Love to be good. I want him to be good.
Yeah, but he's got to be good. Right now, I don't want to extend Jordan Love. I'm sorry. Because he's a good kid and he waited his turn and we've seen some things we like. That's just not enough because he's not a rookie. Like, I've already seen that CJ Stroud can play, man. You have too. And that Texans offensive line is grading out very poorly. And I mean, he's throwing the ball to Tank Dell and Brandon Cooks. So, like, you know what I mean? Like, let's call it what it is. Bryce Young hasn't looked very good. Anthony Richardson was looking really good. Those guys are rookies. Jordan Love's not a rookie. He's been in the league now. So, I mean, he's got to start showing some shit here. I'd say, you could even classify him a rookie or consider him a rookie the first couple of weeks of the season, but now he's got to start showing stuff because now he's been in the league. He's seen these live reps for a couple of weeks. I'm not trying to be a hater. It's just been really bad to watch. I mean, LaFleur needs to be better, though. Set him up for success. The offensive line needs to be better. Elton Jenkins is the all-pro.
What I've been saying, and I'll tell you, is they're doing a science experiment. And in a science experiment, you're trying to find the answer to a hypothesis. The hypothesis is Jordan Love is good. So you're going to try to figure out if that's true or not. So everything needs to be a constant, and he's the variable. What's the problem is we're trying to find out if anyone's good. You can't take a football team and grow them together at the same time like it's a baseball lineup. This is a disaster all the way around. It starts at the top, 100%.
Exactly. You should use this as the clip because I think this falls on Matt LaFleur. Because Matt LaFleur, like, this looks like, to me, almost like he's kind of like mailed it in. I feel like Matt LaFleur's checked out. I don't feel like the team's checked out. I feel like Matt LaFleur, like, I look at him on the sideline. I watch these post-game press conferences. He looks defeated. The same way that he looked defeated after the loss to Tampa Bay in the NFC Championship game, after the loss to San Francisco, where they win that game despite not scoring an offensive touchdown because your special teams was that bad. Your defense was that bad. Actually, the defense wasn't that bad. The defense actually kept them in that game. The offense was that bad, and the special teams was that bad. But he just looks defeated, and I feel like this is a lazy coaching job. It's easy to look good and win 13 games when you have Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams. It's not so easy when you have the youngest wide receiver room in the league, when you have Jordan Love, when you have this defense, but you got to get creative. Like Mike Tomlin, we just talked about this. Point differential. They're like minus 17 this season. every game they're being outgained by like 100+ yards, but they're finding ways to win games because of coaching. I don't think Kenny Pickett's that much better than Jordan Love. Do you? I don't think the Steelers, talent-wise, are that much better than the Green Bay Packers. And the Packers are in the NFC. They're in the NF-fucking-C. The Steelers might be in the toughest division. They are in the toughest division in all of fucking football, man. So it doesn't make any sense. LaFleur needs to get his shit figured out because I don't know how long his leash is. You know, is that a Mark Murphy thing, a Brian Gutekunst thing? I don't think Brian Gutekunst's leash should be that long. I mean, this defense, all those first-round picks, who do you like on that defense, dude? Jair, Rashawn Gary. I like Wyatt. Quay is still a project to me.
I like a lot of the guys on the defense. Some of the stuff like when they're at the goal line and Barry's still in nickel, it's like you've called the wrong play on Madden, but don't have any timeouts left. You're fucked.
Yeah.
And the button to fucking change your audible is broke.
Like, I have my two favorite teams in the world. I'm so sad this football season because my two favorite football teams in the world, I think, have the talent to right now be at worst one-loss teams. The Notre Dame Fighting Irish, and I like Marcus, man. But how the fuck twice in a row in the most important game of the season do you have 10 defensive players on the field, and then you say you don't want to take the penalty? And then I have the Packers with all those first-round picks. But every week, it's the same game. They're whiffing on tackles. They can't stop the run. Everybody in the NFL, it's just so frustrating. All that to say, I got to talk about this more on Curd and Long, so you can catch me there. Those are the picks for the week.
Horvat, thank you. Tell Steve I said hello.
I will. Hey, see you, Bart.